everyone, welcome back to Simplify Studies. In today's module, we are going to learn about industries. The word industry refers to all the activities and organizations involved in the processing of raw materials into finished products. Industrial activity involves the use of tools, machines to produce large quantities of goods in workshops and factories. An industry is usually named after its main product. For example, the textile industry specializes in making cloth and the auto industry specializes in making cars. Industries are part of the secondary sector. Economic activity is divided into three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. The primary sector is engaged in the extraction of raw material from natural resources. Agriculture and mining are part of primary sector. The secondary sector processes the raw material into finished goods. For example, in a jewelry shop, raw gold is purified and made into jewelry for sale. Most industries belong to this sector. Then we have the tertiary sector. It is concerned with providing services rather than goods. For example, teaching, banking, cleaning, etc. are examples of activities of the tertiary sector. Now, let us understand why industries are important for us. Industry is a major occupation of people around the world. A country with more industries will usually be wealthier and more advanced than a country with few industries. This is because finished goods have more value than raw materials. For example, refined sugar has more value than sugarcane plant, and steel is much more expensive than iron ore. Industries help us make the most efficient use of resources by producing a wide variety of goods in large quantities and at a cheaper rate. Most of the things that people consume are produced by industries. Industries provide employment to a large number of people. Industries help the growth of agriculture by producing insecticides, pesticides, and the machines needed for farmers. Industries also help in the development of a country's infrastructure. Infrastructure includes all those basic facilities that a country needs to work efficiently and develop. For example, roads, railways, airports, bridges, power supply, means of transport, and communication. Based on the number of workers employed and the nature of tools or machines used, industries are divided into three types. That is, the cottage industry, then small scale industry, and the large scale industry. Now let's see the difference between these industries. We'll first start with cottage industries. Cottage industries are mainly home-based industries where goods are produced using simple tools rather than complex machinery. Cottage industries are usually labor intensive, with most of the labor being provided by members of the family or people of the neighborhood. Many of these industries engage in traditional handicrafts like pottery, weaving, carpentry, and sculpture. Cottage industries continue to provide employment to a large section of the rural population. Mahatma Gandhi always wanted India to focus on the development of cottage industries because cottage industries do not require a very skilled workforce, which is why a number of people can be employable once they get the basic training. Thus, such industries can help generate employment and help people earn their livelihood. This also leads to equitable development. Cottage industry can be started with small investments because they do not require heavy machinery, factories, or offices. They can help protect local skill if the goods produced get a good market. They can also preserve local culture by ensuring that people stay back in their villages. Next, we have small scale industries. Small scale industries are those that use a limited amount of capital, more than that used by a cottage industry, but much less than that used by a large scale industry. A small number of hired workers and some machinery. Small scale industries manufacture a wide range of products such as garments, processed food, tools, furniture, and electronic goods. Then we have large scale industries. Large scale industries are characterized by huge capital investments, heavy machineries, and modern technology. The workforce is huge and the production is on a very large scale. Raw material and end products are often transported across large distances, including overseas. Large scale industries also require specially trained people to manage the production activities. These days, the increased use of highly sophisticated machines in the production processes has resulted in a sharp reduction in the number of workers employed in the factories. To set up a large scale industry, several factors are responsible for the location of these industries. Factors like availability of raw material, availability of labor, proximity to markets, efficient systems of transportation, availability of power and water, availability of capital, government aid. In fact, government incentives and policies also influence the location of these industries. Government agencies provide land, power, and water at low rates to draw attention of these industries to particular areas. This is done to promote the overall development of those areas. For example, special incentives are given by the government for setting up projects in the less developed areas of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Some of the more important industries of the world include the iron and steel, textile, sugar, shipbuilding, fishing, automobiles, and information and technology industries. In fact, the iron and steel industry is a key industry on which other industries are dependent. India is one of the largest producers of iron and steel in the world. The Tata Iron and Steel Company, TISCO, located in JAMSHEDPUR, Jharkhand, was India's first large-scale iron and steel plant. TISCO was set up in the year 1907 in Jamshedpur. It was the only steel plant in the country before independence. It was the vision of Jamshedji Tata, who wanted India to be industrially strong. The industrial city of Jamshedpur is also called Tata Nagar and it is named after Jamshedji Tata. Our next large scale industry is the textile industry. India is a leading producer of textiles in the world. As Gujarat and Maharashtra were the main cotton growing areas of India, Mumbai and Surat became the main centers of cotton production in India. The first modern textile mill in India was set up in Mumbai in 1854. Today, textile mills are located mainly in and around Mumbai, Coimbatore, Ahmedabad, Surat, Kolkata, Ludhiana, Kanpur, Madurai, and Hyderabad. Our next large-scale industry is sugar industry. Sugar is mainly produced from sugarcane. India is not only the largest producer of sugarcane in the world, but also the second largest producer of sugar. Uttar Pradesh is the leading producer of sugar in India. Other states where sugar factories are located are Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. Then we have the cement industry. India is the second largest producer of cement in the world. The first cement factory was set up in Porbandar, Gujarat in 1914. At present, there are around 129 cement plants in India. Some of the states where the cement industry is located are Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Haryana. Next is our mining industry. The mining industry is one of the major industries in India. India is the largest producer of mica and a major producer of iron ore and bauxite. In India, the mining industry is mainly located in Orissa, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan, and in Gujarat. Next, in the line of large scale industries, we have heavy machinery industry. This industry is involved in the manufacturing of heavy machines such as railway locomotives, coaches, aircrafts, and automobiles. Automobiles are manufactured mainly in Chennai, Gurgaon, Jamshedpur, and Pune. Railway locomotives are built in Chittaranjan, Chennai, Kapurthala, and Varanasi. Aircraft manufacturing occurs at Bangalore, Kanpur, Lucknow, Hyderabad, and in Nasik. Next, we have oil refining industries. Oil refineries convert petroleum or crude oil into petrol and diesel. Some of our important oil refineries are located at Digboi, Jamnagar, Mumbai, Mathura, Vishakhapatnam, Kochi, and in Haldia. Next, we have information technology industry, which is also known as IT industry. IT industry is one of the most important industries in India today, and India has become one of the main centers of IT in the world. Bangalore, the capital of Karnataka, is a hub for information technology companies in India. In fact, state government of Karnataka was the first to announce the IT policy in 1992 in India. Apart from the IT industries, telecommunication, then BPOs, that is business process outsourcing, tourism, wellness, hospitality, online education, etc., are some of the other new rapidly growing industries in India. They are also known as sunrise industries. That's all I have for you today.